I'm not sure how many of you have heard of this, but yeah, RocCon is shutting down. If you can't tell, I'm crying a bit because this was a very important convention to me. For anyone who's not aware, it was the first convention I ever went to. It was actually what got me into anime and what got me into a lot of comics. Now, if you guys want to look this up, go ahead. I'll leave this article down below in the description. But I'm destroyed over this. Let me point this out. Last year, I went in a fucking mage uniform because I was so comfortable there. It's always run by great people. There's always a great crowd there who's very understanding of people. I would not wear a mage uniform anywhere else. No other convention. But unfortunately, the person who runs it chose to shut it down. It's not just canceled, it's shut down. So, long story short, happened for a variety of reasons, personal and otherwise, before going on to thank, or she went on to thank everyone who had come to RocCon over the years. The last one was the Main Street Armory. God, this has torn me to shreds. This is like the base of what got me into anime, period. My first convention was because I won a Nerf war, and I was even planning on doing a story time video of it. Because I won a Nerf war, and therefore the prize for it was a free ticket to it. It's like a $20 ticket, if I'm not mistaken, that my youth pastor actually bought me. Julian, I miss you, dude. He moved away after getting married. Yeah, RocCon got shut down. This is terrible. For anyone who's not aware, Vic Mignogna was there last year. And I showed him my support because I knew he would need it. Now, I don't have any evidence that it was because Vic was there that the otherwise reasons came, or even personal it could have been. I know for a fact Vic does death threats to anyone who hosts Vic. I've seen it for every single event he's done, so I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't one of them. However, I do know that the owner of it is her name Maggie. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. I've known her for a while because she has been running it since the first freaking year. I have. I see her at the Red Wings games each year, handing out pamphlets for it. Because my church used to go to the Red Wings games, and I'd always see her outside after the game, handing out pamphlets promoting RocCon for a few weeks later. So I've seen her plenty. I've always seen her at the convention. I've always said hi every time I see her. She's an amazing woman, and she's not in it to hurt others. She's always been very shut into herself, except for when it comes to spreading positivity. And honestly, if she was receiving death threats, she would not be the kind of person who would openly tell people about that. She would never report them or anything. She would just do what's safe for her and everyone else while keeping all those threats a secret. That's the kind of person she is. And I've seen her plenty to know that. I've seen people go and pick on other people, and she would just butt in and stop them. And I kid you not when I say she's the sweetest woman. Actually, my grandma's sweeter, but, that's because she's family. My point is, I would not be surprised in the slightest if she was getting death threats from last year. Vic Mignogna was the biggest thing there, too. He was the main attraction of the whole convention. Because on Saturday he had the Q&A, and on Sunday he had the Faith and Fandom panel. The worst part of this is that I've never missed a year of RocCon. Since my first year, I've always been there. However, unfortunately, I only go to one other convention usually, which is RocCon. And unfortunately, they're not as supportive of Vic. They won't invite him. I've directly recommended it, and they've gotten backlash for even considering it, so they won't have him. So that means I'll never see Vic in the area again, which is only more reason for me to sponsor the event I mentioned last time that I spoke about Vic going to events, which was having him at a shop called Hammer Girl Anime, which I'm still planning on sponsoring for $1,500, because that's about all I can really offer at this point. Because Vic was a known person to go to this convention. Like, he was known to go there every year, if not every other year. And I had so many good memories at this convention. I met so many friends there. Oh my god. I have 3 friends who I talk to online all the time because I met them at these conventions. I have one who I met and I talked to on Discord. I have 2 that I met and I would talk to on Twitter. Also, I always used to take my friend there, Desiree. For anyone who's not aware, Desiree is one of my best anime friends in real life. She's like the only friend I have nowadays that actually is a huge anime fan and that talks to me regularly. I even have a video up on my channel of when she shamed me in front of everyone for telling people that I called her mean swear words, even though, that's kind of our thing. Not a secret kind of our thing, but it's like what we both do to each other. She calls me dickwad, so I call her clitwad. She calls me bastard, so I call her bitch. That's how we're playful together. It's not a bad thing. We're both accepted, and we both, we tell each other. If we both don't have a problem with it, why the hell should anyone else? But of course, she had to make it into a big issue, and yet that was still one of my best experiences because Vic whispered into her ear very seductively, and I thought it was funny. And even she was like, yes. It was such a great memory. And I got to speak to Vic so many times at different RocCons. It was such a cool experience. Not to mention, I got to cosplay some pretty cool things. My first convention ever, I cosplayed as something really cool. It was a character that I used to, play as, which is Un Cielo Blaze. Don't ask, it's a random character I made up years ago, based on an old anime. It was a weird character. But he was someone who I had, as one of my first, superhero slash, badass OCs. And it was a really cool character, and I finally got to cosplay him. Then, the next year, I went as... I don't remember what I went as the next year. Was it Angelix? I don't remember. I made a character named Angel X, which is pronounced Angelix. But I don't remember if that was that year. But I know I went as King from Seven Deadly Sins one year. And the next year after that, I went as an FBM agent, I believe is what I called him, which is Friends of Boxman, which I never actually did anything with. It was just a random, skit I had, but I never actually participated in. And then I was going to go, and I went as a maid last year. This was a huge thing for me. This convention was everything when it comes to anime for me. There was not one year that I missed. There was one year that I didn't cosplay as anything, but that I still had to go. I wasn't going to miss out on the opportunity. Man, this absolutely sucks. It really does. Now, the thing of this is, it was published in October, I believe. So, yeah, October 9th. So, I know this is about the time that they would have been getting a lot of hate. So, yeah. I'm very pissed off by this. If Kick Vic shut this convention down, then I have no reason to believe in any of them anymore. Because seeing all the hate they dish out, I am not surprised in the slightest if they went after this beautiful experience because they didn't like Vic. There's something I've said a lot lately. Hating something but ignoring it takes no skin off your nose. But the moment you go and attack others for, encouraging it or liking it or enjoying it, that's the moment when you take the skin off everyone's nose and you rip their noses right off, including your own. You get yourself involved. You endorse your own hate, as well as hurting everyone else in the process. You fuck up everyone, rather than just ignoring it and not hurting a single soul. I'm going to end this video here. If anyone's able to get in contact with anyone from RocCon, please let them know that they will be missed. It was a great convention. It was a beautiful experience. And honestly, it was always one of the best experiences of my anime community life, I guess. I've been an anime fan for 6 years now. Oh man, it's been so many years. I was 14, so almost 8 years now. Holy crap. And, yeah, I got into anime because of this convention. Which means that means I only missed 1 year. No, I only missed 2 years of this. Because this year it won't be happening. But yeah, I only missed 2 years of this convention. I went for 7 years. Wow. It's complete bullshit that they're shutting down. I genuinely can't believe it. Anyways, I'm sorry for keeping this video going so long. I'll end it here. Bye, everyone.